In our industry, we all strive every day to be the best that we can be, to touch lives, to have an impact, to make a difference. And most of us are happy to do that without any expectation of recognition. But the best and most important recognition that we can receive is that from our peers. Those who have been there, done that, and understand like no one else can about what we have truly accomplished. To help us recognize our 2011 IFEA Hall of Fame inductee, please welcome Hall of Fame Committee Chair and President and CEO of the Memphis in May International Festival, Jim Holt, CFEE.
Thank you, Steve. It is a real pleasure to recognize the 2011 IFEA Hall of Fame inductee. Introduction into the Hall of Fame is the highest single honor that an individual can receive in the festival and events industry. It is a statement to their career and to their achievements, and most importantly, it is a tribute to the lives that they have touched along the way. The IFEA emphasizes our core values of excellence, sharing, and community, and every IFEA Hall of Fame inductee, past and present, has understood these values and exemplified them in every aspect of their lives. Please join me now as we get to know a little bit more about our 2011 IFEA Hall of Fame inductee.
IFEA's 2011 Hall of Fame inductee is a natural-born networker. Pete Van de Putte, CFEE, started in the festival business as a young child selling pennants with his father to shrimp boat captains for the blessing of the fleet festivals along the Texas coastline. Through Pete's school years, he worked installing Christmas decorations, decorated rodeo arenas and festivals, and as he got older and could drive, he started making personal visits to the venues to see how best to decorate them. Pete's dream growing up, however, was to become a high school band director. He attended St. Mary's University, where he majored in music education, while at the same time working nights at Dixie, doing silk screening, hanging net banners, and on the weekends decorating festivals in the San Antonio area. At the age of 30, Pete's passion for working with people led him, with encouragement from his father, to make the best career decision of his life, to come into Dixie Flag Manufacturing Company and run the business. His father said he could pay him what he was making as a band director, and if he wanted more, the answer was short and sweet: build the business. Throughout the years, Pete has practically raised his family within the context of Dixie Flag, having had his sister, several daughters, one of his sons, and one of his son-in-laws representing the company. Pete's decision to come into the company was also based upon his positive feelings towards the festival and fair acquaintances he had made, and a desire to expand those relationships. Almost immediately, he became involved as a charter member and the first vendor business member of the Texas Festival Association, now the Texas Festivals and Events Association, TFEA. In 1982, he was elected to the TFEA board, where he would represent suppliers for many years, in addition to serving as chairman of the board in 1998. In 1988, Joanna and Derrick, director of the Texas Folklife Festival in San Antonio, suggested that Pete join the IFEA. He took that advice and attended his first IFEA convention in 1989 in Palm Springs, California. From Pete's first involvement in both TFEA and IFEA, he began attending educational sessions at event management workshops and conventions, quickly developing an appreciation for the people in the festivals and events industry and the power of celebration. It became his passion to help support those who were creating celebration. Pete's strong belief in education helped him pay it forward to others in the industry by sponsoring speakers such as Pat Craigcorda, Kay Alferio, and Ira Rosen for TFEA's first conferences. Pete is now honored to have an IFEA Foundation Legacy Scholarship in his name, providing others with the same opportunities he has had. It was at his first convention in Palm Springs, California in 1989, however, that Pete asked to sponsor the IFEA's Hospitality Suite. He has continued to do so, along with Dixie Flag, for the past 23 years, building a highly valued and anticipated icon of IFEA conventions. No one understands the importance of networking more than Pete Van de Putte. The outstanding contribution that Pete has made to the IFEA has led to the development of the organization as one that is unique in the festivals and events industry worldwide. In addition to his generous support sponsoring the DeFest Hospitality Suite, Pete has been actively involved at every level of the IFEA, serving on the IFEA World Board for more than a decade, including as chairman in 2008, on the IFEA Foundation Board, on the IFEA President's Council, on the IFEA Global Roundtable Council, and as a leading and consistent sponsor of the IFEA for decades. It is fair to say that Pete Van de Putte has helped to guide the organization through challenge, change, and opportunity, but always towards a bright future. However, anyone who thinks that hospitality and conversation are Pete's only contributions are missing the big picture. He has had much to do with changing the way that we look at our events, both figuratively and literally. Pete, Dixie, and DFest have all contributed tremendously to the way we and others experience our events. Their work sets the backdrop for our work as we create memories for so many others. They have taken the art of decorations to new levels and sizes with their construction of the largest free-flying American flag in the world for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Through these qualities and many others, he has not only raised the bar, but decorated it as well. It's hard to imagine the IFEA or our industry without the magic that is Pete Van de Putte. Please raise a flag and a toast to our 2011 IFEA Hall of Fame inductee, Pete Van de Putte.
Who is that guy? I want to meet him. Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me to receive a recognition such as this from you, a group of people that I completely admire and respect. Is truly a high point in my life. If I could look out over this room, it's dark, I can't see it, I would see so many people that I want to thank that I'm overwhelmed. There's so many friends out here and so many people that are just closer than friends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank all of you. Thank you. Each and every one of you, even if this is your first convention, is responsible for my receiving this award today, because it's for you collectively and individually that IFEA exists, and because of you that we work so hard in this organization. The two messages that I received when I attended my first convention in 1989 were, if you steal one idea, it's stealing, but if you steal 3 or 4 ideas, it's market research. And that it's okay to steal an idea so long as you improve it and bring it back for somebody else to steal again. Those messages continue to drive the interaction at every IFEA convention and workshop, because we're not competitors in this industry, we're compatriots. Because in a world that seems to be increasingly defined by those people and things that separate us, we in the festivals and events industry work overtime to bring people together through celebration. It's celebration that binds us, and the knowledge and confidence that we are making a positive impact in our communities that drive us. Oh, you may say that you're only doing this to raise money for bleachers, but we know that it's much more than that. Yes, our various organizations often have different missions, supporting education, health, history, heritage, and on and on and on. But it is through celebration that we find our common bond. Festivals are special places. Festivals don't tolerate diversity, they celebrate it. Festivals bring people together from all walks of life, all income levels, and all ethnic backgrounds. Festivals create priceless memories that last forever. All of this in the name of having a good time. I've had the good fortune to be a part of the Fiesta Commission in San Antonio, and thanks to my good friend Vanjie Flores this year, I'm the presidential appointee and get to be in the middle of everything. But for all the numbers that we at Fiesta quote on economic impact, tourism, and events, the most significant to me is that in the 11 days of Fiesta, we engage over 75,000 volunteers. That's 75,000 people giving back to their community, in many cases working harder than they do at their day job. And why? Because what we do in this industry is magical. We transport people from the real world with all of its obstacles and limitations to Festival World, a place where cotton candy grows on trees, pigs race, chicken comes on sticks, and giants make you laugh. In 1992, when IFEA presented the first Hall of Fame ceremony, I sat in the audience much like you are today, and I wondered if I'd ever be up there. I knew and had met most of the inductees, so I knew their level of commitment and the influence that they had had and the value of their experience. And while I didn't know if I would ever be in the Hall of Fame, I did know that I wanted to be like those people. Over the years, I've had the privilege of getting to know the leaders in this industry. Like all of you in this room, they are amazingly gifted, dedicated, and sharing people. A few of them have been extraordinary influences on me. They've been my mentors, my friends. These people are the leaders who took me under their wings, inspired me, and helped me to understand the power of celebration. They're all members of the Hall of Fame. They've given much to this industry and to IFEA, and for this we all owe them a tremendous debt. They are the people we should all want to be when we grow up. First is Joanna and Derrick. Joanne's been a friend for a long time. It was Joanne that first introduced me to IFEA and sponsored Dixie Flag for membership in 1988, because in 1988 you had to have a sponsor to get into this organization. Joanne has set many standards in this industry as director of the Texas Folklife Festival, as president of Texas Festival and Events Association, and chair of IFEA. In festival circles, when Joanne speaks, people listen. Kay Wolf was president of the Texas Festivals Association when I was first put on the board. I remember the phone call from her where she congratulated me on being selected to be on the board representing the vendors. I was very excited until I found out I was the only vendor. Kay is one of my closest friends, my most enthusiastic fans, and most honest critics. I can honestly say that much of DFest's success and my personal growth in this industry is directly because of Kay Wolf. Bruce Skinner was the former president of IFEA, and because of his support and encouragement, we were able to take a little flag company from San Antonio and turn it into an integral part of the IFEA family. Pat Craig Corda, Ira Rosen, and Kay Alfiero answered my call when I got the idea to sponsor speakers into the TFEA convention so that we could make it like a mini IFEA convention. These three friends have taught me the power of unselfishly sharing knowledge. Over the years, I've watched them over and over and over as they've gone out of their way to welcome new people to this industry and help out new people into the IFEA. Eric Martin is my hero. Eric has taught us lessons in this industry that we maybe didn't want to learn, but we taught him to us because we needed to learn them. His sage advice, his steady leadership, his passion for celebration, and his unswerving dedication to IFEA have made him, in my eyes, the one indispensable person in this organization. Carolyn Creighton, what can you say about the grandest lady I've ever met? Carolyn has taught a generation of event professionals that nothing is impossible, no idea is too grand, no person is unapproachable, and no sponsor is unattainable if you just refuse to take no for an answer. Vera embodies everything that IFEA is about and is the greatest champion that the IFEA Foundation has. He's one of the most creative, tenacious, and successful event executives I've ever met. Joe has taken a small event in a smaller town and turned it into one of the premier festivals in the world. The next time you think that your festival or your organization is too small to try something, talk to Vera. The last person I want to mention is not in the IFEA Hall of Fame, but he will be someday. As president of IFEA, Steve Schneider has guided this organization through some very treacherous times. He's done this with grace, passion, personal sacrifice, and through it all, he has never abandoned the principles that make IFEA the premier international organization it is. Steve is admired by event professionals across the globe and is frequently consulted by other industry association execs. IFEA is fortunate to have him at the helm. Now, while I've singled out a few people who have been extraordinary influences on me and my career, I haven't done this just to praise them, but hopefully to inspire all of you. I hope their story serves an inspiration to each of you to go out and be an extraordinary influence on somebody else. We are all part of a terrific industry. Whether we're professionals or volunteers, organizers or suppliers, we have the ability to do terrific things and to make uncommon contributions to our communities. I challenge each of you to help nurture a future Hall of Famer. My wife Leticia and several of our children are here. I can ask them to stand up, but I don't know if anybody would see them. Y'all can wave. My family gives me reasons to celebrate every day. In fact, we seem to have so many parties in our family that one friend calls us the circus without a tent. In closing, I want you to know that I've studied all 51 of the previous inductees in the IFEA Hall of Fame. I've pored over their acceptance speeches, studied every word. Therefore, I know I can say with complete authority and confidence that I'm the first inductee in the IFEA, International Festival and Events Association, Hall of Fame to ever say, "Tonight, the drinks are on me in the hospitality suite."
Great speech. Well done. Well done. Eden's got a group photo with the picture award.
Congratulations again, Pete. You have set a new excellence level for all of us to aspire to. You have taught us by example, and that may be the most valuable lesson of all. Thank you also to Jim Holt and the Hall of Fame Committee for all of your support, time, and efforts. Thank all of you for being a part of this today, because it means so much to have your peers around you and to know that you're not the only one out there fighting the battles that we fight someday. And I would like to say one more special thank you to Caliph Insurance for making this special afternoon possible. Mitch and Bruce, thank you for your continued support. Afternoon sessions will begin at 2:15. I think we're back to close on schedule today. And we'll look forward to having you all back here this afternoon for the IFEA Hazen Wilkerson Pinnacle Awards, beginning at 5 o'clock right here in the Grand Ballroom. Have a great afternoon.